Welcome, Player Profiler News PrimeTime. I'm your host, Jake. You can follow me on X, Twitter, whatever you still call it, at LewyLewis5. That's LEWYLEWIS and the number 5. It's also there right on the screen for you. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. Remember, check back for all different kinds of content here at Player Profiler. We have something going on every night of the week. Especially that it is draft week. Yes, it's finally here, draft week. I live in Wisconsin, so I will be there on Saturday. So if you want to link up or whatever, say hi. I will be there on Saturday. You could always hit my DMs on Twitter, and possibly we can link up. On today's show, I will be covering news happening around the league, kind of the little something right now. Giving you my top 10 rookie wide receiver rankings and top 5. And I will be posting in the chat, actually, a link that we will be doing a 3-round mock draft, rookie mock draft, before all the designations are actually determined. So we'll try to get that at 7:30. Hopefully it fills up by then. But with that, indeed, without further ado, let's get fantasy. All right, one of the top news right now, James Cook is absent from team voluntary workouts. I mean, yes, it's volunteering. You don't have to go, but it's showing that he is still pissed that he's not getting extension. I'm sorry, you're not going to get $16 million or $15 million like you wanted. You're not getting $1 million per touchdown like you wanted. It's just not happening. With that, if I have him in Dynasty, I'm actually looking to ship him right now just because, one, you don't know what's going to happen in the draft. Maybe they say, screw it, and let's take another running back. They already have Ray Davis that they drafted last year. But ultimately, I don't see a lot of teams signing these running backs at huge deals like they should get. I mean, he was an RB2 at best before this past season, and he did well. I just don't see how it's justified kind of with him. Me personally, I am shipping him. I don't have any shares of him, lucky for me. But if you do, I am shipping him for a first round. If you could get that, absolutely. I just don't see him being on the Bills next year personally. So with that, I don't see him being successful elsewhere either. And with this nice, great rookie running back class coming in, why would you want to pay a guy $15 million? I just don't get it. Another guy that's on the trade market right now, I don't know what's going to happen with him, is old man Kirk Cousins. He showed up to voluntary workouts. I think maybe he just wants to get some throwing in. He wants to, talk about possibly where he could go. I know he wants to wait until the end of the draft so he doesn't have the same situation that he goes to and maybe gets bumped out of the starting role. Also, I hear that Falcons are trying to trade him, but out of the $45 million that he's owed, they want the team that's trading for him to pay $20 million of that $45. It's just a whole big cluster. Do I think he's going to get traded? Absolutely. To who? I mean, you could look at Cleveland. I mean, that's been the biggest place, the rumors. Also, the Steelers, perhaps, just because I don't know what the hell is going on with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he's doing his ashwagandha or whatever the heck it's called. He just needs to make up his mind, and I think Steelers are kind of moving on from out without him. I That's what I would be doing. I mean, every year you're always, do I play, do I not? I understand you're 40 plus years old, but just at this point, you always say, "Oh, it's not going to take until I'm not going to take long to make up my mind." The only reason you're taking so long is because you want to go to the Vikings. Just come out and say, "I really want to go to Vikings," or "I'm retired." And he's sitting there telling, "Oh, it's not about the money; it's about the place." Okay, you would have played at Minnesota for 10 million. I don't believe it, but that's just my belief. What do I know? I'm not an NFL GM. But this is big news. I mean, him showing up, understanding that he does want to be traded. He doesn't want to be a backup for Michael Penix, but that's what he would be if he's left in Atlanta. Next is Ashton Jeanty, the 101 in pretty much all rookie formats. He is the favorite to go number 6 to the Las Vegas Raiders. Um, I I think that's a great landing spot. It's right there where I would love to have somebody or have Jainty personally. Like you're matching up with uh, what's the head coach now? The new head coach, Pete Carroll. Yeah, old man Pete Carroll. I mean, you're going to have him paired up with them. He's going to use them like Marshawn Lynch, and I think it's going to be a match made in heaven. You also have probably in the second round potentially drafting another wide receiver, just giving this team another weapon outside of Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers, but also Jainty. Hell yeah, that's a team I'm rooting for now at this point. You got your quarterback. You re-sign him or you sign him into an extension of 2 years, 80 plus million. You draft Jainty, you got your running back. Jacoby Myers is not a true number one, so that's where the fall off is. But if you did, get a second round, say Jaden Higgins, something like that, could be in the second round or even in the third round. I don't know how far he's going to slide off the top of my head, but somebody that's capable, or Alec Aomanor or whatever from Stanford, potentially in the third round. That would be another great addition to this Raiders team. It's just a thought. Also, your Brock Bowers, I mean, we all know what he is. He's the next one. But I know there's rumors of Jacksonville possibly saying that Jainty is all we need. You're not going to draft Jainty. I think it's just all about smoke because they're like, hey, we'll trade our pick. You want to come up and get them before the Raiders. And that's the same news also at 2-3. I don't think they're going to be, the Giants in Cleveland talking about they're open to trades for their draft pick. The only way that you're getting rid of possibly a generational talent, especially like Travis Hunter or Amir Abdullah, is if you get a wrecking ball crew of picks and capital. I don't think anyone's going to be offering that. I don't think 49ers are going to be giving up 17 first-round picks just to draft a, Trey Lance, but whatever. But I do have a bold prediction in the NFL draft that 49ers are talks about trading up in the top 6. They trade up to number 4 with the New England Patriots, and they select Mason Graham ahead of Jacksonville. But then with Jacksonville, I think they draft Armen Membu from Missouri. to give them that boost at the offensive line. So that's one of my bold predictions. Another bold prediction I have is 4 quarterbacks are going to be drafted in the first round. I think Shedeur is going to, obviously Cam Ward's going to be most likely the 101. Jackson Dart, I think, is also going to be drafted in the first round, but I'm not a big fan of the Tyler Shuck. I think that Jalen Milroe will sneak into the first round. Call me crazy, but I really think that's going to happen at some point just because they invited him to the NFL draft. And I think if you look at contracts right now, you see quarterbacks making 40, 50, close to 60 million. If you move at the end of the first round, you get that 5th-year option. So instead of, only having 4 years, if you draft them in the second round, throw them another 4th or 5th round pick and move up a couple spots, it's going to happen. They'll accept it, especially if you're Cleveland. Instead of drafting at 33, move up 1 pick if you need to and get somebody for a 5th-year option. I mean, you get the quarterback for 5 years compared to 4 and have to pay $40 million, where I think it'd be less than $15 million for a 5th-year option for a quarterback, and it's just a steal to me. That's what I would do, but that's 2 of my bold predictions. I'll have to think of my third and final, but those are my 2 bold predictions for the NFL draft. And with that, let's hear a word from the Podfather.
I am proud to announce that Fast Draft now has an all-defense game called D-Up. That's right, fans of IDP finally have a real money best ball game that they can play. No more manually setting up leagues every time you want to do a draft. No. Now you can play for $10,000, $2,000 to first. Could draft up to 30 teams, all defense. And the best part, balanced scoring, tackles for loss, pass breakups. It all factors in. Just draft 6 defensive players, top 4 into your lineup every week. It's that easy. It's so easy that this isn't just for IDP people. If you love the NFL, then you'll love this game. And for the first time with Fast Draft, you can sweat both sides of the ball on Sunday. So use your host's promo code to get a $25 deposit match, and you'll love this D-Up contest because it's about time we got one.
It is about time we got one. You're right, Podfather. Also, instead of matching up to $25, let's do $50. If you use promo code Lewis, it's right there on the screen. It'll match up to your first deposit up to $50, dollar for dollar. It's just a added bonus if you use that promo code Lewis. Also, be sure to follow us here. You're doing a good job right now listening to the YouTube, but follow us at Player Profiler. We offer an all-in package, which includes the Dynasty Deluxe, the DFS Dominator, the world-famous draft kit, data analysis, and player rankings. Just 1 year of this is $129.99, and when you use promo code Lewis, you get $25 off as well. But another way you can follow myself and support me is give my podcast, Fantasy Endzone, a listen. I greatly appreciate it. I have a new episode every Tuesday, and then during the season, Tuesday and Fridays, where I'll have guest appearances on Fridays because we'll be doing my start sits of the week and also doing a betting podcast on it. Let's get into it, though. Let's give my rankings. I know I got about 15 minutes. Again, if you guys want to jump on to the sleeper, I posted in the comments that you could join for the 3-round mock. It'll be starting in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to go through these kind of relatively quick, my top 10 wide receiver rankings and top 5 tight end rankings. But just make sure you join, and we'll get at it at about 7:30. So my number 1, this is also if without Travis Hunter, because I think Travis Hunter would be my number one wide receiver in this class if he's truly a wide receiver. But right now for this rankings, I didn't even list him. I know he wants to play both sides of the ball. I just think that I'm going to give you my clear-cut wide receiver rankings, I guess. So with number one, it's easily Tech McMillan. He is highly regarded the best prospect in the 2025 NFL draft, known for his impressive college career. I mean, in 3 years, 213 catches, 3,423 yards, 26 touchdowns. He had back-to-back seasons of over 84 catches and 1,300 yards receiving. Plus, he's got over 8 touchdowns in each season. He had 8, 10, 8 in his 3 seasons at Arizona. Combines with his size, athleticism, I think he ran roughly a 4.48 to 5 or a 4.53, I think it was as pro day. Depending on what stopwatch you look at, obviously it's going to matter. It's all over the place. And his contested catches is just freaking amazing. To me, he's easily the wide receiver 1 in this draft class. You know, like I said, his catch radius is one of his strengths. Contested catches, his ability to come down with the ball, his 50-50 ball, he always caught. I think it was like 70% he caught in Arizona. His yards after catch skills are actually impressive for being a big man of 6'5", but he got to it. He lacks the top end speed, which, you know, he's 6'5". He's not going to be a burner like Mike Evans, but he plays like Mike Evans, I feel, with using his body, and he separates and he comes down with the ball. But I just feel like he's going to get drafted. His landing spot is dependent, but I think maybe it's me being biased. The Green Bay Packers totally make sense for trading up and getting him, make a splash at the draft in Green Bay. Why not? And you give Jordan Love a number 1 receiver. Number 2, Emeka Egbuka. He's probably the highest rated route running skill, sure-handed, high football IQ player in this draft, or at least in receiving. And his route running ability is just off the charts. College career, he leads Ohio State in all-time receptions. Last year, he recorded 81 catches, over 1,000 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Over his career, he has 205 catches and 24 touchdowns. So that's pretty damn good. In Superflex leagues, he's going to be in formats. I think he's going to be 105 to 107 range, right around there. I also think an NFL comparison for him is St. Brown. I just love what he brings to the table, but he is my number 2. My number 3 rated wide receiver has to be Matthew Golden. I know he's been getting a lot of steam, but he is a pretty polished route runner with excellent separation skills, making him strong candidate for a possession receiving role in the NFL. To me, my comp for him is DJ Moore. I just like how he separates himself, and I just like what he can do. He had, a slow start to the season with Texas this past year, but if you look at any rookie wide receiver, they always have a slow start, don't they? Well, Matthew Golden went to a new team. He had a slow start. They got Isaiah Bond. That's supposed to be, the Chevy, the Corvette, and Matthew Golden was supposed to be the Prius. Well, guess what? Matthew Golden was a Corvette, and they realized that kind of later in the season. But I really like what he puts on the field. My number 4 ranked guy, Luther Burden the third. Everyone always wants to complain about his his junior year this past season. Everything dropped in production. I think his quarterback play just sucked. Brady Cook shouldn't even be drafted. He probably will. I just think he's not that good of a quarterback. But Burden has dynamic play making abilities, speed, route running, yak yards. He has a potential to be a high volume receiver in the NFL. You player comp him to Samuel, probably. Debo Samuel. It's probably what the comps would be. Trey Harris is my number 5 out of Ole Miss. Maybe it's because he just got open all the damn time. He's a physical receiver with strong hands, ability to always win at contested catches, proficient in route running, his post ability, gaining yards after the catch, making him easily a red zone threat in the NFL. His style suggests he plays, or it could be a valuable asset in standard or in PPR leagues. I just like what he brings to the table. He is my number 5. My number 6 is Jalen Royals. You might have heard me talk about him, but I just love the way he plays. He was one of my Lewy Rookie of the Weeks. He's a technician with his route running ability. He could play inside and outside. He was on pace to have over 1,500 yards this past season until he got hurt. Even then, he got hurt. He still participated at the Combine and just showed that he was not 100%, but he I guess he toughed it out to show NFL scouts that he can break away and have his speed. Not the elite, but he's got good speed. His route running skills are amazing. And I just love that he does the dirty work of blocking and everything else. Jalen Noel from Iowa State is my number 7. Elusive runner or receiver, elite short areas, quickness, route running skills, his agility, his ability to create separation makes him a potential slot weapon in the NFL. If he lands in the right system that maximizes his skill set, he could easily be a 120 plus target wide receiver. I just like him. And, with his ability, you might as well say his teammate as well, Jaden Higgins, another Iowa State. Just a big physical guy. I compare him to T. Higgins right way back then. I kind of feel the same because he has the size, the strength. He's a potential red zone threat guy, and he could easily be that in the NFL. That's why I could see him potentially even going to the Oakland or the Las Vegas Raiders and being that guy as well with Brock Bowers in the red zone. I think it would be a match made in heaven if that happens. Number 9, Jack Beck. He was a Lewy Rookie of the Week as well a couple weeks ago. Versatile, can play inside, outside receiver role. His route running, his hands make him reliable target in the passing game. And we've seen that, he was a tight end before, so he is able to block. He does the dirty work. He'll get down and dirty. He also led the LSU when he was a freshman in receiving. then transferred to TCU. Yes, it took him a couple years to get at the receiving position, but I think it's more learning a little bit curve from tight end to wide receiver. But this year he absolutely did it. And my number 10 is Kyle Williams. And he, again, was a Lewy Rookie of the Week. I think it's just a trend. I just, my guys, pretty much, I'm going to list them. But played for Washington State. If he could go to Tennessee Titans with his former college teammate, Cam Ward, I think that would be the best fit for him. I know the Titans have had him in for a visit. I really like if they could make that happen. But he's good. He's got his ability, contested catches, wins in the red zone, making him high scoring potential. And his route running will need some work, but his physical tools and everything else look the NFL part. Before I get into tight ends, let's hear another word from the Podfather.
Rookie. It's all about rookie talk in fantasy football right now. So why not go use all that knowledge to do something other than a mock draft? Chris Jimino won $8,000 with just 2 teams last year, and each draft took 5 minutes. That's pretty good ROI. You can start doing rookie drafts for money today on Fast Draft. The Origins tournament is live. It is the place to go and monetize your knowledge of rookies and use your favorite Player Profiler host promo code for a $25 deposit match. Now let's go start drafting faster.
Rookie Origins actually filled, so we got Rookie Origin Chaos. Be sure to join in. We're not that far off of filling it. Actually, let's take a look real quick. I just got done with the D-Up League. Yeah, Origins is getting up there, almost 50% filled. I mean, I'll enter a tournament right now if we have time also to do that live. But let's get into we only need 2 more slots to fill that. I'll get live or up to my tight end rankings. Number 1, Tyler Warren, Penn State. I think he just looks that part. He's a big physical guy, strong hands. He'll dominate at the point of attack. He came in as a quarterback to Penn State. He knows what he's doing. To me, everyone's comping him to Dallas Clark. Honestly, I see Travis Kelce in his game. You know, Travis Kelce came into college at Cincinnati as a quarterback, and look what he's doing now. And he's big, physical, get at you from the get-go, the snap of the ball. But I just love it. Next is Colson Loveland, Michigan. I would love for him to get drafted by the Chargers. Yes, LA Chargers. I'm so used to saying the old franchises. San Diego Chargers. No, LA Chargers. Loveland is a dynamic receiving tight end. Very athletic. Route running ability is there. His size and speed for nightmare matchups against defenders. The only downfall is, can he stand the blocking of, when it's a run play? Is he going to be that big time blocker for you as well as the receiver? I think he plays more of almost like a Brock Bowers in a way, where it's off the line or in the slot, any way to get him manufactured touches. Next is Elijah Arroyo from Miami. I heard this before. What if Titans took him as well? I mean, what better way to help a rookie quarterback get him a familiar face? Elijah Arroyo is that. He's very athletic, good speed, hands, has a potential to be a reliable target in the passing game. I know he didn't have the most college production, but at the Senior Bowl, he beat everyone. Everyone he kept on blowing out of the water. Unfortunately, he did get injured, so it just sucked that he got injured and didn't do any of the combine workouts. But I think he's got to be number 3 or 4 in most people's rankings. Number 4 is Harold Fannin Jr., Bowling Green. You can't say anything besides he's just a baller. High volume receiver, basically, exceptional route running ability, after catch ability. He set records for receptions, yards among FBS tight ends, showcasing his potential of being a dynamic playmaker. Despite his concern of blocking ability, his receiving skills make up for it. It makes him a strong candidate for tight end premiums, perhaps. So him and Arroyo, I feel like is going to be flip-flopped most drafts, in rookie drafts. My number 5 guy, it used to be Terrence Ferguson, just because I think, you know what, I'm going to stay with it. Terrence Ferguson is my number 5, well-rounded tight end, good size, athleticism, and he has the ability to contribute in both the passing and being a run blocker. He's also pretty quick and agile as well for a guy. There's times, though, he looks lost out there. That's the only big downfall to me. So it'll depend on where he gets landed. I think he's going to be more of a fantasy asset compared to my honorable mention of Mason Taylor, LSU tight end. I know a lot of people have him in the top 5. I think he's going to be better of a run blocking tight end scheme rather than potentially catching the ball and developing into a valuable tight end. I just don't see it. I think that's why I have Terrence Ferguson ahead of him, but I just don't see it. Let's look at this. Well, I don't know what's going on with that, unless if no one decided to join. Well, I guess I'll just do it by myself and do a rookie mock, I guess. So let's go. So I claim number 6. I guess no one else is in here. That's unfortunate. Would have been nice. I know I did it kind of last minute. I've been stuck in work mode, so I apologize. Give you guys a couple seconds. I'll also put it. I put it in the chat, so if you want to join the chat. And I don't know why that keeps on happening. Let me. There we go. All right. Well, I don't know if anyone's going to be joining me in this draft. Let me know. Let's add it to the stage. All right. Well, I guess no one's going to join me. So I guess we'll just kind of do it by myself. All right. We're going to start it up. So I'm on the clock. I'm going to pause it. Let's see. So Ashton Jainty goes first. Tet McMillan, Cam Ward, Omarion Hampton, Travion Henderson. And this is going to be a regular 12 Superflex league. For me, I really like Quinshon Junkins. I think he's the next running back off this list that should be. So I am at 106, and I will be happy to select him here. Tyler Warren goes at 107. Luther Burden the third, 108. Let's pause this draft for a second. So Luther Burden 108. Emeka Egbuka, I really like that, 109. If you get 110, that's usually, you're basically a playoff contender team, and you get another Shedeur Sanders. That's a steal right there. That's probably the best pick right now, just because of the fact he's going to give you high upstream, and he's going to be a starter. Caleb Johnson, 111. And finally, the champion takes Travis Hunter, which, again, that you're probably in the championship, or you won the championship. Taking a swing on a guy like Travis Hunter in that spot is the ideal spot to do it, and very smart to do it, actually, because if he decides, okay, maybe it's not for him by not for him to play corner and wants to be just a receiver, he's going to give you, I feel like, Devontae Smith kind of vibes, tall, lengthier guy, but can separate and be good with his route running. Let's do the whole second round. I'm back on the clock. I don't like it. I probably need to select my guy, Jalen Noel. And let's pause it again. For the second round, at 201, Kosen Loveland goes 201. I think that's a good pick for them, especially if it was, tight end premium. That'd be a steal. Again, Jackson Dart, you might have bypassed Cam Ward in the first round, but you get Jackson Dart, a guy that I see being a starter in this coming year. I really like him. You're getting my number 5 guy, Trey Harris, for wide receiver in the early second round. I like that pick as well. Jalen Milroe, again, I already said it. I think he's going to be a first rounder. I think he's going to sit a year, maybe 2, but he's going to learn, and I think he could be a steal in this draft, especially for fantasy. You might get like a Justin Field-esque, just as long as he gets that completion percentage, even though he's got a higher completion percentage than in his college career than Lamar Jackson, actually, if you didn't know, during college. My number 3 wide receiver, Matthew Golden, got taken right before my pick at 205. I went with Jalen Noel from Iowa State at 206. Devin Neal, I know Chev90 loves Devin Neal. One of my guys is Ollie Gordon. I really love him at 208. Quinn Ewers, I don't think, if it wasn't computer picking, I don't think he would have been drafted here at all in the second round. I don't see him getting the draft capital. I think Tyler Shuck is going to get actually better draft capital than Quinn Ewers, so I think that's just a BS pick right there. Isaiah Bond, 210. Get a little speedster. Alec Aomanor at 211. I don't know what to think about Cam Scadaboo, though, at 212. He finished the second round. It's hard to say. I don't know what to think about Cam Scadaboo. I know a lot of people like him. I don't think I'm a truther based on what I've seen. I mean, yes, he's been very productive. I don't think he's a stud-started guy to me. I think he's going to be more of a Toby Gerhart, I guess you'd say. That's where I feel like he's going to be. But yeah, let's continue and this last round of drafting. Let's see. So I'm back on the clock at 3:06. And I really like. Ooh, there's a couple guys, but I really like RJ Harvey here. Gives you value. See, again, I don't think any of this is going to happen. So it would have been nice to have some people join. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. But anyways, in the third round, you got Xavier Restrepo. Ran slower as 40 time at Pro Day. Unfortunate for him. Dylan Sampson, I think that's a good value in the third round, early third round. I think he could be very good to offense depending on landing spot. Elijah Arroyo. Harold Fanning Jr. Again, I got that same setup. Tyler Warren, number 1, Colson Loveland, number 2, Royal 3, Fanning is my 4th. Yeah, Mason Taylor beat out Ferguson. But again, I don't think these are very accurate at all. At 305, Will Howard, that doesn't happen in a regular rookie draft. I took RJ Harvey just because I love the upside with him. And this year is a running back draft class that I am mostly selecting running backs in this draft class. Dylan Gabriel, that's just worthless. It's not even worth talking about. At 307, 308, you got Mason Taylor. I like that, especially if it's a tight end premium. I just think Ferguson's going to have a better fantasy outlook than him. Gunnar Helm, that's another guy. He didn't do so hot in the combine. Damian Martinez, I like that. Ferguson and Riley Leonard, just terrible. But that is what it was. And actually, just as in time, I just got some news that Rookie Origins is live. So we are doing a live draft here. I actually have 102. And for myself in this Rookie Origins chaos, I am drafting Cam Ward. Because obviously we all know Ashton Jeanty went number 1. I got Cam Ward at 102 in this. And if you guys haven't done any of the fast drafts, even if you can't do it in your state, there is free play to do it, potentially earning free play later on. So be sure to just download the Fast Draft app and check it out. It's always during the regular season, it's a blast. It's, you're drafting players. You can win money. I mean, who doesn't like gambling on a sport that they're watching? At 103, it's Omarion Hampton, which I can't complain. 104 is Quinshon Junkins. Travion Henderson, 105. Travis Hunter, 106. Caleb Johnson, 107. Emeka Egbuka, 108. Let's see what 109. Tet McMillan. How the hell did he fall all that way? 109. That's a great value. Shedeur Sanders at 110. Hold My Beer is got a steal on that one. And now we're in the second round. These are only 10 teams, so it goes very quick. You're probably in and out of these drafts in a matter of 8-10 minutes at most. So it's very quick and easy. And it's third round reversal, which means you do the first 2 rounds snake draft, and then it goes back to whoever had the pick at 10, and they'd be 301. So it'd be 110, 201, 301, and then it snakes back around. So it's always a blast to have it. In the second round, I'll just name Luther Burden III, Jackson Dart, Tyler Warren, R.J. Harvey, Colson Loveland, Matthew Golden, Jalen Knoll, and Cam Scadaboo. And I am back on the clock. I am selecting Trey Harris at 209. That got followed up by Jaden Higgins, which is I really like what he can do for an NFL team. And then, like I said, it's third round reversal. So it's Dylan Sampson in the first pick of the third round. And this is a 60 total players are getting drafted. And you basically set up your lineup, your top four enter your lineup, and they make up your team. It's just a great app. It's a way to, bet as well throughout the whole season. And who the hell doesn't like to draft? I mean, that's one of the best things about fantasy football is drafting a team. Every week you could draft a team here. So Dylan Sampson, DJ Giddens, Jalen Royals, Devin Neal, Jalen Milroe, Alec Inamonor, Ali Gordon. I will be back on the clock in a second. Damian Martinez, and then I am back on the clock. I am selecting Jack Besh, TCU. Kyle Williams got taken. I really like that. Harold Fanning Jr., and then I am back on the clock. Elijah Arroyo. I got to select my number 3 tight end, Elijah Arroyo at 402. Also, don't be afraid to send me messages on Twitter to ask for fantasy advice or anything like that. I could help you out. Again, I will be at the NFL draft on Saturday. Let me know what I should do. Let me know, chat. Also, with this drafting right now, I'll give you my rookie of the week for my last week. Oronde Gadsden, the second hybrid receiver / tight end from Syracuse University. He is 6'5", 223. He's projected in the 4th or 5th round. His pass catching ability has probably been one of the most productive Syracuse tight ends of all time, setting records for receptions, receiving yards. In 2024, with Kyle McCord, he recorded 73 catches, 934 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He showcased why he can be a reliable target. His route running ability and hands. He transitions from receiver to tight end. He's more of a hybrid slot guy. His dad actually played in the NFL. So you have the, the genetics of being an NFL player. He knows what it's about, but he's got soft hands. Again, he can line up anywhere. His weaknesses is his blocking, which means he probably won't be on the field 24/7 like a Tyler Warren or anything like that. But I just like that he is great at catching. Injury history as well. He had Liz Frank injury in 2023, missing most of the season, raising concern about his durability at the next level, but he played all games this past year, and I just love what he could bring to a table, being dynamic. PPR leagues, I think it's a great pick to have him. So in your late round rookie drafts, be sure to look out for him. Yeah, sorry, I'm back on the clock, and I am going to – okay. But, yeah, so – and then getting back to this, 5th round, Xavier Restrepo. I'm back on the clock. You know what? Let's take my guy. Dante Thornton from Tennessee. Trevor Etienne, Woody Marks, Tyler Shuck, Ty Felton, Will Howard, Jaden Blue. I selected Tez Johnson in the 5th round. Terrence Ferguson, 601. I selected Oronde Gadsden. Just since I talked to him about him, why not? Selected him 602. Sorry, 502. 602, sorry. 602. And Marcus Yarns, Gunnar Helm, Tajay Brooks, Savion Williams, Rocket Sanders, Kyle Manguloi, the Rutgers running back. They got 2 more selections, and we will be out of here as well. If you have any questions, go ahead and post it. I can answer it as quick as possible. Quinn Ewers, and I don't know the last one. It doesn't show. All right, but anyways, I will see you guys next week after the NFL draft. Hopefully I can get more people to do the sleeper draft, and we can go from there now that we know landing spots. But with that, thanks for tuning in to today's show. Be sure to follow me on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, at LouisLewis5. Also, follow my podcast, Fantasy Endzone, and I'll talk to you guys next week. And enjoy the NFL draft. Peace.
From the Podfather to you, I deeply appreciate you tuning in. And many ask, what can I do? What can I do to help support the hosts, the research they do, the production costs? Go to PlayerProfiler.com, Dynasty Deluxe, World Famous Draft Kit, Rankings, DFS Dominator, and of course, data analysis. Subscribe to any one of those, and you support all of us and take Player Profiler to the moon.